In this spiritual, fifth generation war, the biggest weapon we wield is truth. This is the No Prisoners Podcast with your host, 451 Actual.
Well, good morning, my friends. It's your boy, 451 Actual, host of the No Prisoners Podcast. Welcome to Fun Friend Friday, where we open up the studio for all of our friends out there listening across the United States and beyond. So welcome aboard. We've got a fantastic episode lined out for you guys this morning. Plenty of content to extend down the pipe to send you guys off for a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you guys are well out there. Good to see everybody hopping in the chat. Let's go ahead and say good morning to all the early birds that we got hanging out. We had some love already coming in, which I greatly appreciate, guys. G-Man 6901, my dude G-Man. Gift in a can said, first blood. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, sir.
Come on, man.
And then Old Salty Dog, as always, coming in with a ship, said, much love, fam. Fun Friend Friday. Let's go. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. So good to see you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. You guys, make sure you hit that red pill and the repost button. Let's load this thing up today, man. Let's load it up. Do a quote post. Tell people how much fun you be having over here on the No Prisoners Podcast for Fun Friend Friday. Let's get some new names up in here as well, man. I'd love to have some new family members from over here on Pilled make their way in. So we got Dark Maga CPA in the house. So good to see you. Good morning to you. We got Old Salty Dog, of course, in the house. Salty in San Diego. Thank you so much for being here. There's Just a Salty Girl who gets to work and lurk today. That's amazing. Good to see you. G-Man in the chat as well. We got QHio17 in the house. Good morning to you. There's Kevin hanging out bright and early. We got the Gray Man in the house. Good to see you. Mr. Tizo checking in as well. Good to see you guys in the chat. All right. Well, chat, off to a little slow start this morning, but that's okay. Let's see what we got going on over here on Rumble. Come on, Rumble.
You got 7 people over there.
Oh my goodness, we got 7 people watching over here on Rumble. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are over there on Rumble, just be aware, at the top of the hour, we will be switching over to pilled.net exclusively. So if you guys want to follow along for the rest of the amazing content that we got lined up for you, we're going to be starting off 2A heavy this morning, guys. We're going to be starting off 2A heavy. Celebrating that Second Amendment today, because you know, I mean, like the liberals are in a full-blown tailspin. Seems like a good idea to just kind of. What's up?
If you got, if anyone out there has an account on Blue Sky, drop the link to the show right now.
Yeah,
over there. I mean, do it on the stock account, of course. They love it. They love it.
Yes. Yeah, they'd love the show. Let's see. We got Lizzie B in the house. Said, happy, thank God it's Friday. Here's to another winning week. Yes, indeed. Just not tired of winning. Until Valhalla calls in the house as well. Said, time to own the effing day. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you in the chat over here on Pilled, brother. All right. So, Kevin, how are you this morning?
Yes. Making a big old ham roast and a little recap on Wednesday, that feeling of dread. It was Bruce. That child is over there at his psychotherapist right now, getting a refill of clozapam and such. He's all concerned about the incoming Trump administration, I must say. To the point, and I'm not joking about it, I'm not making light of it or anything like that, but what is going on? Come on now. I mean, how many of us needed drugs to get through the last 4 years, and now we're back with Trump, and then all of a sudden it's like, what's up? Yeah, just memes.
We just needed memes.
I said to him,
straight into the vein.
Yes. He's all like, I have anxiety and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, so you're having anxiety. Let it out. Express it. And he goes, I don't know how. It just feels like a buzzing inside of me. I was like, just let it go.
No.
And he's like, well, it's not like it's a demon or something like that. And I was like, are you sure about that? Let's see. It's got y'all bound and you're choosing to keep it bound up and it's not really doing you any good. And now you need to take psychotropics to cope. I was like, are you sure it's not a demon, sweetie? Are you sure? Just maybe a little bit. Just let it
Definitely
out.
like
let it out. Yeah. Just a little bit. So
just a little bit.
Completely supportive for anything and all that, but I'm telling you, that Wednesday feeling I had, it was coming from inside the house. The call was coming from inside the house, guys.
That's too funny. That is too funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's just, it's like, come on, Bruce. Calm down, buddy. It's going to be okay.
Right?
It's going to be okay.
Yes.
Well, hopefully he's not following along because this first video we're getting ready to play kind of sets the correct mood, if I'm being completely honest, for how the next the next 2 years at least will look when the liberals come out and say, you voted for this. We warned you. This is what it's going to look like, guys. Enjoy.
I'm coming to get you. Now it's your turn. Payback time.
You really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy? Just another American who saw too many movies as a child.
The disease. Not the cure.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
I love it when a plan comes together. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Say hello to my little friend!
Old Jack always says, what the hell?
I'm triggered. Oh my gosh, I'm triggered. What the hell was even that?
That's gonna be the attitude going in 2 years from now. You voted for this. Oh, we know.
Yeah, we know.
Believe us, we know.
We know what we voted for.
Yes, we do. Burnt Cocaine, good morning to you. We got the Nuclear Family of 4 checking in as well. Thank you so much. And Just the Salty Girl coming in with a cookie said, break time cookie, send it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Appreciate all the love, guys. Make sure you guys slap that red pill and the repost button on your way in. We really appreciate that. We just getting rolling here. Just getting rolling. Gotta love it. All right, so you guys have all seen these videos of these liberals that are coming out and threatening people. We're going to meet you in the street. I'm going to buy a gun. Okay, not only are you not going to get laid, but you're going to get laid out. Well, turns out that the southern women in this country have a little bit of a response for those crazy liberals that are threatening us. So take a listen to this.
So I was going through TikTok and I heard that they're going to start jumping Southern women because we voted red. Not real sure that that's a great idea. Let me show you these leggings that I have. These are called Lethal Leggings, and they have a little spot for your tool. So I was just sitting here and I was going to do a makeup video. Oh, that's not my eyeshadow brush. Yeah, so that's what they said. They were going to start jumping the Southern women because that's not my blush, because we voted for Trump. You might want to rethink that. Oh, that's not my lipstick. It might not work out well for you because some Southern women you know, we've been trained. But yeah, that's what I heard, is that us Southern women are in danger now.
What are your thoughts on that, Kevin?
I'm pleased. That was very fun. Very much pleased.
Video.
Yes.
That was great. All right. And if you guys didn't think that some of what you saw in that video was going to come to fruition, well, this guy's got the AR-56 smart gun to ease your troubled mind. Here you go. Check this out.
Whether it's a stand-up fight you're looking for or just another bug hunt, it's hard to go wrong with a smart gun on your side. Let me introduce you to the AR-56. Obviously inspired by the M56 smart gun from the movie Aliens, this one is a little bit more attainable since it's AR-based instead of MG42-based. It is a 3D printed grip here on the rear that covers the buffer tube and gives you your trigger activation. You have a grip up front for control, and the whole thing is attached to a Steadicam rig. That's fun to do. You have all of that flexibility that you saw in the movies. You do have some downward and some upward movement there, but the double drum mag gets in the way. If you want to go for the real showing off, you can go with a standard AR mag, and that gives you your full range of motion that you saw from the movies. Aiming is accomplished using this laser sight, but I am developing a full targeting suite that'll go along with this. Stay tuned for more on this project.
I have a problem with that. I have
right.
a problem with that. You cannot low crawl with that on. You cannot high crawl with that on.
No,
you're probably going to have
suppressive fire with that bad boy.
Yeah, you're going to have to always be standing up or kneeling or something, because you're not going to be climbing around or doing any of that. That's going to get in the way. I like the concept. However, I have to be honest. I see flaws in the design. It needs to be.
Yes.
It needs a quick release, is what I'm trying to say when it comes down to it. It needs a quick release.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes.
So here is, back when things were fun. Hopefully we can return to these days again. Here's a toy Tommy gun commercial from the 1960s. Check this out.
Tommy Burst has automatic bolt action. Fire off a burst of 10 shots. Pull the bolt again, you're reloaded. Or fire single shots like a rifle. But Tommy Burst alone is $3. In the detective set, you also get the Snub Nose 38 and Snap Draw shoulder holster. The pistol fires greeny stickum caps and shoots safe shooting shells. The exciting new Tommy Burst detective set includes wallet, badge, and ID card. $7 wherever toys. Tommy Burst has automatic bolt action.
$7. Dang, dude.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Those were fun.
That was wild.
Those were fun. Back then, toys were much nicer than they are today. Last forever.
Yes,
you probably
you
still
know-
find one. What's up?
Yeah. I would say, we always say that the European mind can't comprehend that type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like just having the freedoms to have the Second Amendment, just be able to defend your rights and your property and all of your other God-given rights. Well, apparently it's not just the fact that we have so many freedoms in this country that the Europeans can't understand, Kevin. There's actually another aspect of American life that they can't quite seem to figure out, and that's the size of our cities. Check this out.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking sick of hearing this shit. America doesn't have a walkable cities. Yeah, no shit. We're a huge fucking country, and most of our country was developed after the invention of the automobile. Now, in Europe, you guys were riding donkeys from your village to the next village over to go fuck your cousin for thousands of years. But here in America, most of our nation was developed after we already had fucking cars. And we are a huge country. Now, in the video, they're on the Grand Central Parkway in Queens. Assuming they're trying to get to the island of Manhattan, the walk they're attempting is like walking from one side of Paris to the other side of Paris. New York City's a huge fucking city. It's the biggest in America, 11th in the world, and it's 4.5 times larger than the largest city in Europe, which is Paris. We're New York, a country in Europe, by geographic area alone, not population, just geographic area, it would be the 42nd largest country in fucking Europe. We're a huge country. I live in Indiana. We're the 38th largest state. Were we a country in Europe? We'd be fucking 18th, baby. We're bigger than Hungary. And no one lives here. We're a huge country. You can't walk places. Get over it, you European losers.
Oh my gosh, that escalated so quickly. Oh my word. On a Friday morning, I'm just trying to sit here, sip my coffee, have fun Friend Friday. By the way, I have forgotten how to send out a link so people can come on in and such like that.
I already sent one out, but you can go to the top over there where we are, where our names are listed. And right under where it says invite up to 10 guests, you hit that copy link and then you can drop that.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Wow, that really escalated quickly though. I was not expecting that.
Chat expects that on this show. Okay, things escalate quickly. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Europeans might not be able to get it and speak English and all that good stuff, but you know who can? Cats. Cats can speak English. Here's the proof.
Okay.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry, little lady? Yeah, are you hungry?
I guess hungry? Are you hungry?
Can you hold on?
No. Is your food bowl empty? Do you want to eat?
Hey.
Can you look at me? Very handsome.
Bro, you're my friend now. Yes. Yes.
What can I get for you? Do you like getting baths? No. Why not?
You're adopted.
Oh my god, she looks so fat from above. She was just... Oh, you heard me? I'm sorry.
So what did you do while I was gone today?
Can we get that soundbite right before Adel jumps in? Can we get that
Heck yeah, come jump in. Which one?
Yes. The dun 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 dun. Just thought it might be kind of fun on a Friday. Give a little intro music.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come on in. Come hang out, man. It'd be awesome to have you. Let me exit full screen here so I can bring him in when he hops in. All right. Let's see here. Well, not only do cats speak English, guys, but this bird, this parrot, speaks a certain kind of English. Not everyone's flavor, but still pretty funny. Check this out.
You been a naughty boy today, Eric? Eric, have you been a... No. Have you been a naughty boy today? You're not a fucking legend at all. Did you bash up the dog? No, you're not a fucking legend. Did you scare the cat? Did you scare the cat? Lester, don't laugh at him. He's not funny. Eric, look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You're not a fucking legend at all. You're a naughty, 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 naughty boy. You're not. Lester, don't laugh at him. You're naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. No, he doesn't want to kiss a legend because you're not a legend. He doesn't want to kiss
a... guys? Good to see you guys. We got 412 Adel. What's up, brother? We got Burt Cocaine. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. We got you loud and clear. What's up?
Not much. I think it's my first time on the show, so it's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's great to have you.
Is this Adel's new mic as of a couple of weeks ago?
It is.
That high quality sound. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, I moved. I'm in a new place now. Got a little better equipment going. Still making some changes, but yeah, definitely got a new mic about 3 weeks ago.
Sweet. Well, sounds good, man. Sounds really good.
Awesome.
Bert, how you doing, brother? He might still be working on his stuff. All right. So here's a well-intentioned dad, guys, who can never go home to face his wife again until he finds his son. This is pretty wild. Check this out. We've all been here.
Penguin power.
Right.
Okay.
Tell me when.
Go for it.
No, Hayes, you gotta sit on your bottom. Come on, dude. And hold on to the handles. This is a big hill.
I want to do it like this.
Sit on your bottom.
I want to.
Just for a test run. All right, you ready?
Just for later, dude.
Oh no! Oh God! Where does that go?
Here's that to another.
Holy shit! We better go.
Yep.
Is that better?
Yeah, we got you. We got you, dude.
Oh,
What's up?
good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I didn't have my mic settings correct. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you, brother. Good to have you.
Answer to your question, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. We're just going through some openers here before we get into all the awesomeness, man. We got a ton of cool stories today.
I had to make I even made a video about that the fucking legend, that bird. I put some metal music to it. I showed that to stream like a year ago. It's like, that's the greatest bird ever. That's the greatest bird ever.
It really
I have
is.
a question.
Hilarious.
I have a question for y'all. So when y'all were younger, depending on your age right now, that looked pretty tame compared to my childhood. Tell me, how many of you had your cousins attach you to the back of a snowmobile, a nice fast snowmobile with, let's say, I don't know, maybe like 50 yards of baling twine to an inner tube, and then they would go and run that snowmobile through the woods. I'm not talking about a tree line. I'm talking about they were slaloming like some trees and stuff like that. And how many times did you get bashed up against an oak, a birch, I don't know, a fence post, some barbed wire and stuff like that? A truck, a tractor, like a barn.
My river rat cousins took a Suzuki 750 dual overcam motorcycle engine and put it on a fucking go-kart, and they were all too scared to ride it, so they handed me the keys when I was 9 and said, see how fast it goes. Go on, buddy. In the pasture. Holy shit. It's like who thought that was a good idea? Everybody in 1981 thought that was a fantastic idea.
Absolutely.
Did you hear about that woman getting arrested for letting her 10-year-old walk
into town?
How many of y'all were going? My first movie I saw by myself, the whole process, bought, earned the money for the ticket, walked to the movie theater, I was 10. The movie theater was miles away from the house. I don't know. We would end up in other cities back when I was 10. We would ride to the other town. When I lived in Germany at 11, we'd jump a train and go to another country. Wow. And it was normal. That was normal. What is this? What is happening to us? That's one of the most depressing stories I've ever. I mean, I know it's not the worst thing that out there, but coming from Gen X, and I'm not quite sure if the millennials had the same experience, but I'm pretty sure it was close to it. We have the same parents, It's not, we had the same boomer parents. So how did our country, our thought process get to the point where if your son's out of your vision, you're a bad parent? When did this happen?
I don't know, man. It's been a slow decline, though, for sure. It's been definitely a slow decline, and it happened way more rapidly in the cities, for sure, because of just straight up lawlessness. So, hopefully, we're getting ready to turn that worm, if you will, and start having some safer streets and let kids be outside again. You know what I mean? I think with RFK Jr. at the helm, it's not only about what we're consuming physically, but also like get these kids off of screens, get them back outside, enjoying the outdoors again, get them some actual life skills out there, and raise them right, man, because that's a huge shift, especially if they spend that time out there and they're able to recognize threats on their own. I mean, a lot of these kids today, man, have no survival skills, when it comes to any type of danger, because they don't know what to look for. They haven't been exposed to the real world. They're just like, here, put this in front of them and just let them have at it. So
I mean,
I feel you, man.
We had video games when I was young. Atari wasn't that big when I was little. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't something you just stayed inside the house all day and night for. But I had Nintendo when I was 15, and it was fun and all. There were girls too, so it was a less fun, but it didn't consume like the I don't know what the life. I mean, I don't know what the lifestyle of a teenager is anymore, or adolescent, preteen. I don't understand.
TikTok.
That's it.
Dude, listen.
They're so attached to their
wife. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I was just saying, they're so attached to their iPads now. Like most kids get like an iPad or some kind of screen, some kind of electronic device, by 6-7 years old, and they just kind of grow up in front of that thing.
Not mine.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm probably not speaking to many people in this audience, but I'm just saying in general, like the normie, community out there.
An overwhelming portion of children are deficient.
It's a lot. And you could, so I know somebody, I won't be specific at all, but somebody I know well, their daughter had an iPad from the time she was like 5 years old, and basically unlimited access to whatever's on that thing. So go on YouTube, internet, like who knows, but now, she's in her teenage years. She has horrible anxiety. She does not she can't go to school. She's like not great in public situations. Like I don't know if it's a direct correlation, but I definitely think it destroys the overall social skills. Because I used to go outside, like when I was younger in my little town. I'd walk around the neighborhood, find kids to play with. We'd go play football or baseball on the field or whatever. You would have your own kind of self-policed social structure, hierarchies. You kind of learned how to interact. Now everything's virtual and you hide behind a screen. And then when they get into school and have to deal with those social situations in public, they're just not equipped for it. Because
make bullies great again.
And then the anti-bullying thing. Well, there's something to it, honestly.
Yeah, sure. Like I understand. When I look at bullying, I don't almost nothing that I see. Like my oldest thought he was being bullied. He wasn't being bullied. Kids are just at 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, you're going through some weird physical changes. People are going to make fun. It's just what it is. That's not bullying. Bullying is getting beaten up because you're the new kid, or you're socially awkward or something. But constant abuse. These kids think if somebody made fun of them, that's bullying. That's not even close. That's not even close to bullying. Bullying is repetitive. It goes on and on and on and on, and it's just because you had an awkward moment, that's not you were bullied. You weren't bullied. You just met a moment in time where the expectations didn't match the reality. That's all that is. It's just you thought you were this but you weren't, or you thought the situation would be this and it wasn't. That's life. The bullying is so much different than what people are calling bullying. Now, I think bullies need to be made great again. If you're socially weird and you're out there thinking that, it's okay to, walk around with a tail sticking out of my ass and call myself a cat, you need bullying. You are in desperate need of a bully. Project 2025 is gonna assign all femboys a bully. every one of them is getting a bully.
Oh, man. D-Hack says he's going to be doing push-ups because he's late. That's all right, friend. Take a lap. Harley Quinn, good morning to you. Wood Geek, good morning to you. Monkey Toes, hello. Good to see you guys in the chat. Matt1776 in the house as well. Good to see you. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right.
Is it okay to grab that sticker, by the way?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that no one's going to stop me. Adel, is this an Adel approved sticker?
Oh, God. I hate that fucking sticker.
Okay, I won't grab it then.
Hey,
You
you
hate
do
it,
what
I
you,
won't
I mean,
grab
dude, it's all good. Do what you want. I don't really care. I just I don't know who made that or why they made that, but
it just says so much. It speaks to me. It is art.
Curious
I appreciate
patriot.
it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, do it.
All right,
Honestly, I don't care. You can grab it. It's just so funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we saw a well-intentioned father. Now, how's about a well-intentioned grandson? And, Grandpa didn't listen. Get ready to see what happened. Here you go.
How easy? Yeah. Huh? I ain't gonna lie. Granddad, you eating the wrong ones, though. These are the ones you supposed to be eating. The hose is mine. Yeah, but I eat these. But you gotta eat those, though. These ain't those. Those are them. These are here. For me? Those is there. Yeah. I eat these.
The THC infused, guys.
Oh, see? Man, what is he doing? Granddad, you been standing here for a minute now, man. What you doing? I'm holding up to his garage. For what? It's leaning. It's leaning? What you doing? Hold it up? I'm holding it up. Nah, Granddad. Nah, just come on. You might gotta sit down here, man. I don't want to fall. Nah, you out of there. Okay, wait. The clouds are nice up there, grandson. The what is nice, Granddad? Them clouds. The plane.
Granddad, those are X. What you talking about?
You get. How big a piece you get? I'm going right here with it. Dang, you for real? Dang, this dude is nuts. Dang, okay. You finna take the whole job? Y'all want some? I guess not. Gonna wash down a piece of brown. Yo, man. Oh, shit. No, go.
Oh, man. So good. Oh. All right. So there was a little bit of an insurance fraud, guys. This is actually kind of funny, in my opinion. They said a bear attacked their cars. It was a human in disguise, officials say. California's insurance department asked a state biologist to review videos that had been submitted to people seeking payouts for vehicle damage. When Kevin Howell saw the video, he knew the bear he was watching probably wasn't a bear at all. Detectives with California's insurance department asked Howells, a biologist with the State Department of Fish and Wildlife, to look at footage submitted by people seeking insurance payouts for car damage from bear attacks. An insurance company that received one of the claims had raised suspicions to state officials that the bear might not be real, and turns out that it wasn't. So,
okay,
yeah,
so let me get this correct. So, in California, the people who predominantly do not know what a woman is don't know what a bear is either, and needed to get a professional to identify a bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bear in a costume.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
That's right.
We
The
got,
state with the bear on its flag doesn't know what
right.
it is.
Yeah, exactly. Feisty, good morning. How are you? There she is.
That good.
Good. Yeah. Good morning. I'm sick, so you know.
Oh,
sorry to hear that.
No bueno.
Yeah,
No bueno.
Thank you. It's all good. Thank you, though. How was everybody else today?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Just enjoying some Fun Friend Friday. Nice to have a populated studio for Fun Friend Friday. And we got Adel for the first time on the No Prisoners podcast. It's awesome.
Yes. There we
Yeah,
go.
I can't stay too long, but I would
Oh,
definitely
that's
want to
okay.
pop in while I had a minute because
Yeah, of course.
I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you
we'll
got
have
to join
definitely have
us.
you back.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's see here.
Oh,
so
I
we're
read
gonna.
that.
What's up?
I read that story yesterday. It's so funny.
The bear attack?
Yes. Oh my
Yeah, that's
gosh. And
pretty
they
good.
thought they were going to get away with it.
Dummies. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of a dance-off, guys. Chat, you guys can tell me who did it better. This is the champion of the 2024 Red Bull Dance Contest first. Here you go. Pretty good.
Oh, whatever.
Right, pretty good. All
Okay,
right, now.
I feel culturally appropriated. That was voguing. He was only voguing.
Well, don't worry. We're bringing it right back to the center, all right, with the cultural appropriation, all right? Now, in this corner, we've got the New Zealand legislature, guys. Let me know who you think tops this one out.
Somebody ask him what a woman was?
I mean, it's like a whole crew, right? So they get extra points. That's what I'm saying. There you go,
What
guys.
the heck was that?
That is New
They were
Zealand.
doing a haka
Yeah,
because
pathetic.
they were looking over the original, I guess, treaty with the Maori people, and so they were pretty upset about that. She did the old Nancy Pelosi, where she tore it in half and then tosses it on the floor, and they all
with the AOC crazy eyes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, totally did. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get into a couple of things here. So, this weekend, guys, the Compound crew is going to be heading down to Boca Chica, Texas, to watch live the Starship Flight 6 of the Super Heavy that is with Elon Musk's SpaceX. Going to be pretty exciting. We've got an RV slot down there about 4 miles from the launch site, so we will literally be able to look over the water from on top of the RV and watch this thing. We're going to have cameras on it. We're going to be trying to track it best we can, and we're going to watch the return to launch site of the booster and watch the tower catch. So we are finally making our way down there. And this morning, the full stack for Flight 6 witnessed its first sunrise. This will be taken off on Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. here in Texas, 5 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys find a way to watch it, and we'll be down there checking it out live. Here, check out this sunrise down there. It's awesome, dude. 400 feet tall. Pretty sick.
How disgusted, or what's your opinion? Because I was disgusted. But what's your take on Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that Elon hasn't done anything that NASA hasn't already done, or that NASA isn't
really?
in the forefront of?
I mean, this rocket has about 7 times the amount of thrust that any of the Atlas rockets ever had that supposedly, allegedly took us to the moon. And will carry... So let me put it this way. When this thing is able to deliver payload, which this flight test is actually super critical for that next phase, because they're going to be doing an engine relight in space for the first time with stage 2, right? The actual Starship itself, not the booster.
Right.
And so what that does is allows them to get into orbital velocity on the next flight. Once they get into orbital velocity, then it's time to take payloads up there. When they're able to take payloads, if you look at all of the SpaceX Falcon 9 launches when they're putting Starlinks up, and NASA and ULA and the European Space Agency, all of the world's space agencies, the Russians, the Chinese, all of them combined, this will deliver about a time and a half worth of payload in one flight, and it's fully reusable. So the NASA has not built a rocket of this size with this capability that is also reusable. NASA spent over $40 billion to send the first Artemis mission, which was an unmanned the capsule around the moon and came back, right? They spent over $40 billion. When these things launch and are reused, it'll cost about $2 million a launch. That's full production, all the manpower involved, $2 million per launch. That's insane.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think he's just a little salty, if you will.
A little bit.
So, yeah, just a
little bit. With his federally approved science.
Guys, the definition of a shill.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. We need more money for this space complex because, you can totally trust us with it.
I'll never forget when he was talking about, I think it was COVID vaccines, and I can't remember who he was debating, but he was debating somebody about it, and this guy was trying to point to studies that were showing that they weren't, the efficacy and the safety wasn't what was being said. And Neil was like, I'm not interested in that. It's more about a consensus, the scientific consensus. All I care about is a consensus. And it's just such a dangerous, it's just what groupthink essentially is what he's saying. If all these establishment people will say one thing, then we all just need to go along with it. And to question it is dangerous or, shouldn't be allowed or shouldn't be taken seriously. I mean, this guy's an idiot. I can't stand
Neil deGrasse. Okay, Neil deGrasse directly gets $30 million in taxpayer dollars to fund a LIGOS, where they measure the fluctuations in a laser beam to detect gravity waves. Even though in the 90s, one of his dissertations was on that gravity's not real. It's a name for an effect we feel from the bending of space-time. He knows there's no graviton. He knows it's only an effect. It's not its own force. And yet we've been paying this man $30 million a year to detect a thing that they know doesn't exist. They absolutely know it doesn't exist. And yet we still give them money to look for it, a thing that we know does not exist, that people for 100 years have known does not exist. The particle they're looking for does not exist, yet American taxpayers over the past 20 years have given that guy, and based off his persona, $600 million to look for something that they all are in consensus, a consensus agreement does not exist. It boggles my fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, again, the big savings axe is on its way into the government with Doge. So we'll see how much
they're
more
scared of that shit.
They'll be able to do. Oh, I'm
they
glad.
are scared of Doge, boy.
All right. So I do want to get Adel and everybody else's thoughts on this. We were all kind of scratching our heads over the Rubio appointment to Secretary of State. Kind of an interesting pick from Donald Trump, and I immediately thought, like, okay, so what's the play with Ron DeSantis and who he's going to put in to fill Rubio's seat? So do we get a known rhino to willingly remove himself from the Senate, and then Trump gives him a little bit of time in the Secretary of State position, then he's like, that, you know what, not working out, little Marco, and sends him packing? And then we potentially get a Laura Trump to fill Rubio's Senate seat. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. This is from the New York Times, so get ready for some reading. Senator Rick Scott, the Florida Republican who has presented himself as a champion of the MAGA right wing to the run-up to the president-elect Donald Trump's second term, threw his support behind Laura Trump, the president-elect's daughter-in-law, to replace his colleague, Senator Marco Rubio. Laura Trump would be a great senator and represent Floridians well, Mr. Scott, who lost his bid to serve as the majority leader this week, wrote on social media on Thursday. Mr. Trump tapped Mr. Rubio on Wednesday to serve as his Secretary of State, and if confirmed, Mr. Rubio will have to step down from his Senate seat. Ron DeSantis, Republican of Florida, who suffered a humiliating defeat to Mr. Trump in the party's presidential primary race this year, has the power to appoint a replacement for Mr. Rubio until 2026, when a special election would be held for the final 2 years of Mr. Rubio's term. Ms. Trump, the co-chair of the Republican National Committee, said in an interview on Fox Business on Thursday that she had not spoken to DeSantis about appointing a replacement, but she nodded to support that she had received from other Republican lawmakers, including Senator Katie Britt of Alabama and Anna Paulina Luna of Florida. If this were something that I'm asked to do, she said, I would seriously consider it. I don't think you'll find a person who is more in line with Donald Trump's America First values and policies than me, she said. Ms. Trump, who is married to Mr. Trump's middle son, Eric, was one of the two handpicked allies of the president-elect, along with Michael Whatley, to lead the takeover of the Republican National Committee this year, gutting the party apparatus and remaking it in their image. Ms. Trump also served as a surrogate for her father-in-law on the campaign trail this year, repeating his lies that the 2020 election had been stolen from him and raising the specter of Democrats cheating in 2024. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Well, as far as Marco Rubio goes, there clearly seemed to be some kind of, I think, compromise or like horse trading going on, maybe for recess appointments for the rest of the cabinet, maybe for something else. I don't know, but I love the idea of potentially replacing him with someone that fits the America First movement. If you look at the Senate, it's so off balance, right? There's a lot of senators on the Democrat side that represent like the far progressive left. But who do we have that is really on the side of America First in that same way, in that body? Like there's really nobody. Even the ones that we like are still kind of, wishy-washy with certain things. I can't really, I can't really, I mean, maybe Tommy Tuberville, maybe there's a two or three that are willing to put their neck out there and really represent the America First movement the way it deserves to be, considering how big of the population or how big the movement is right now. So you need a Laura Trump in there, and I hope in Ohio, replacing JD Vance, they pick somebody in that image as well. Just a few people that kind of move that Overton window, bring some of that America First grassroots voice into that chamber, because it's sorely needed right now, just if nothing else to balance out how far left many of the senators are on the Democrat side. So this, as far as Rubio for Secretary of State, would not have been my first choice, but I'm willing to make that trade if it means getting the rest of this absolutely fire cabinet put in, and you get and you get an America First senator to replace him. I mean, that he's an establishment guy. Let's be honest about it. He's not the worst of them, but he's certainly maybe a C- at best. You'd grade this guy, right? So you get him out, you get a really good senator in his place. He's only going to serve as Secretary of State for a period of time. It's not like it's a permanent spot. And I don't know. Like, is anybody really worried about Marco Rubio undermining or having a major negative impact on the Trump agenda? I feel like he's like in that position, he's just going to be doing what he's told for the most part. And if he's not,
kind of has to.
Yeah, and if not, he's going to be immediately removed, and then he's out of the Senate seat and out of that job.
Right.
And at that
what's
point,
he going to go to? Run to Democrats to be on his? I mean, it's not going to work for him.
There's no. Yeah. So he's on a. Yeah, I feel like he's going to be on a short leash. It presents a good opportunity to get another really good senator in there, and yeah, I hope. I mean, Laura Trump would be an excellent pick. I'd love to see that. So
yeah, I think so too. All right. So, yes, go ahead. What's up, brother?
I'm just hopeful people stay engaged. The citizenry, we the people, stay engaged, regardless of who's put into these positions. There are public servants. So it is of my opinion. I think it's a shared opinion and a goal to stay engaged this time around. We see what happens when we disengage. Let me just put it that way.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Monkey Toes said she would be able to stop most of the going against Trump in the secret meetings. Yep, absolutely. You got a direct source to report back to him on what's going on. And then Filter Dog 1 said Hillary did quite a bit of damage as Secretary of State. Well, I think that's because she was allowed to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She was allowed to do that. It's kind of the plan.
Her and Obama's ideals aligned, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just go ahead. Run crazy, Hillary. Vivek Ramaswamy wants to start Doge cuts by eliminating funding for unauthorized programs, says The Independent. And then they, of course, throw in including veteran health care. You hear that, veterans? Vivek Ramaswamy's coming for our health care. Until about 2/3 through this, and then they admit that they actually don't know. What's up?
Which veterans health care? You mean the one where I can get some tits put on? You mean that veteran health care? Are you talking about the new veteran health care? That's really not health care. That health care?
Well,
I'm okay with this.
The way that The Independent outlines this, and you guys will hear it, is that basically there's a bunch of appropriations that haven't been approved in a long time because our government is full of bureaucratic assholes who can't get anything done on time. And then they'll take 2 months of recess and then come back and be like, there's a crisis because we don't have enough time to get this done, and we need to jam all this other shit into all these bills to make sure that we can get it passed. Same game. Over and over and over again. Well, The Independent is here to stoke some fear to the veterans who would back this type of clean out. And they said, Ramaswamy, who was picked to lead the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, proposed defunding federal programs that no longer have congressional authorization, which includes money for veterans health care, NASA, and early education. The new office, nicknamed Doge, after co-leader Elon Musk's favorite meme, will operate outside of government and will aim to cut wasteful expenditures and restructure federal agencies. 2 days after being nominated, Ramaswamy suggested deep cuts to federal funding, starting with a list of expired authorizations and appropriations. Some congressional funding was approved with a set time before authorization expired. However, they continue to receive funding. A recent report by the Congressional Budget Office found more than 1,200 programs, this is totally fine, at more than $516 billion a year. When an authorization expires, Congress can extend the program through new legislation or by providing new appropriations, according to CBO. Ramaswamy took to X earlier this week to write about his first steps. We shouldn't let the government spend money on programs that have expired. Yet, that's exactly what happens today. $500 billion of taxpayer funds goes each year to programs which Congress has allowed to expire. There's 1,200 programs. Okay, we already got that. This is totally nuts. We can and should save hundreds of billions each year by defunding government programs that Congress no longer authorizes. We'll challenge any politician who disagrees to defend on the other side. Social media users were quick to point out some of the programs that received funding despite lacking current congressional authorization. There we go. One is the Veterans Health Care Eligibility Reform Act of 1996, which helps provide funding for veterans' medical care. The authorization expired in 1998, but still receives about $120 billion in funding. It was hardly the only notable agency that could see a funding stream tied up. Others included a bill that helped NASA and the ISS. Another was tied to Head Start, which helps provide early childhood education to low-income students. It's unclear, they said, now, Ramaswamy knew the specific programs that he could potentially cut or if he would exempt any. It was unclear. So we're just going to assume that he's going to do it to stoke hatred and fear for no reason. He later doubled down on his thoughts, though. If it doesn't advance the interest of American citizens, we're putting it on the chopping block. I guess veterans aren't American citizens? What's going on there? I guess we didn't earn the health care? Amazingly, there are a number of programs whose authorization from Congress has already expired, yet dollar still flows out the door. That needs to end next year. Both Ramaswamy and Musk have been tasked to lead the Trump-created agency that will look to curb government spending. Musk has estimated that $2 trillion can be axed from the federal payroll. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Well, let me ask y'all. You're a vet, 451. How do you rate your care from the VA? Do you receive any?
I actually haven't received any care from the VA in about 2 years because I don't know who my primary care doctor is. After the COVID pandemic, a lot of them retired because they didn't want to take the experimental jab because they knew better, and they were already overwhelmed. So you were adding in this like increased risk, and all of the good doctors that I had rolled out. I've had 3 retire since I got out in 2016. And they don't even call me anymore. They have no interest. And I have no idea who my doctor is. Now, I will say, I got out in 2016 when Trump took over, and he revamped the VA and said, guess what? If you treat these veterans like crap, you're going to get fired. You're going to be held accountable for it. And I received the best care I could possibly imagine. They were so quick to send us out the door to private hospitals because they didn't want the chance of screwing up.
That's what I was going to get to. That's what I was going to get to.
I went to Scott and White here in Central Texas all the time for MRIs and all this other stuff. And wouldn't you know it, that they found a bunch of extra damage in places like my back and my neck and stuff that the VA was like, it's just stenosis. No, I had bulging discs and herniated discs and a stress fracture from way back in the day that had healed all messed up, and they found all that stuff. So I would say that, under Trump, he did a pretty amazing job, and I got to experience that, thankfully, early on. So I got a lot of the care and ratings that I needed. But now, no, they don't even have any dentists. We talked about this last week. There are 0 dentists in the Central Texas healthcare system. None.
Yeah, I mean, as opposed to privatizing, which has always.
All right, dude. Thanks, Adel. Thanks for hanging out, bud.
Yeah, sorry guys, I got to run, but thanks for having me on, guys.
You're good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Very
we'll
good.
have you on again, brother. Take care.
All right, later.
Pleasure to see you, bro.
All right. Make sure you guys are following 412. I know you guys already are, okay? I know you guys are following 412 already, but go check them out at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here on Pilled as well, man. So that's awesome. All right.
Yeah, they're going to look into privatization, like getting private insurance companies to cover it, and I'm sure there'll be some kind of government subsidization of that, but that'll probably come out cheaper and with more effective care and more personal care rather than, like you said, it just being lost through the gaps in the system where there are no dentists, you don't know who your doctor is, they're not checking up with you. I think in a privatized system, the incentive is on them to, keep continual health care going because they're literally their paycheck is dependent on the success of their treatment, as opposed to government healthcare, which there's no expectation of either somebody a reversal of effects or effective treatment. There's no expectation of that at all with VA.
Right.
You just hope you even get seat. You hope that they will authorize. You just hope. There's so much. There's too much, in my opinion. There's too much you have veterans hoping that they get care. They're just hoping that they get qualified. They're hoping that they meet the requirements. They're hoping that this is something that'll cover. It shouldn't be like that, where you're hoping you get the health care and the treatment that you need, as opposed, in a government system, this government run VA that is just bloated with expenditures, because we all know how the government spends money. And then you think about the equipment in any medical facility, it's the most expensive equipment there is. It's the most expensive shit that they buy, and they don't really care. They just want to spend the money. They don't care about you. I think a privatized system would be more beneficial to veterans who are experiencing difficulty in their life, whatever that may be, mental, physical, emotional.
Yep. And there's a ton of them, man. I know. I mean, you have a large installation like Fort Hood that a lot of these guys get out and they stay around here, and they've been here for decades, and they're Gulf War veterans, and the global war on terror veterans. I mean, we're getting older, man. We're getting older. We've got a long, hard 20 years worth of rapid deployment, rapid return and turnaround, and then rapid deployment again. Like, it was mission focused. We weren't sitting around. You know what I mean? It was a lot. It was a lot.
Right. And constantly, a lot of times, a lot of guys got health issues that the VA just won't cover, because the government would have to admit things. If they agreed to cover certain injuries and illnesses, then they would be admitting that they had guys in places that they probably shouldn't have had them, whether that be in a country they shouldn't have been in, or around materials they shouldn't have been around. Because how many of us experience breathing uranium oxide gas? Pretty much everybody that's set foot in the Middle East has.
Yep.
You're radioactive, bro. Try to go give blood. I can't. I'm not allowed to be in a facility where blood is being drawn. I have to be escorted out. That's how. What did they fucking do to me? What did they do to you?
That's jacked up, man. Yeah, mine's from being exposed to yellow fog from China while I was serving in South Korea. Can't do it because of the toxins that were involved in that. All right, so real quick, I do want to take care of some love that we got here, and then you folks over there on the other platforms, please, especially over there on Rumble, you guys can see the welcome link to join us over here on pilled.net. That's where we're going exclusive here for the rest of the episode. Absolutely awesome, fun friend Friday so far. So great to have Burt Cocaine and also have Adel Nero from 412 Productions come and hang out, and all of you awesome friends. So come on and hang out with these folks in here, and I'll just give you a little example of some of the love that comes in. We got Nuclear Family of 4 coming in and dropping, how many was this? 1, 2, was it 4? 4 gift subscriptions so far. Thank you so much for those bronze tier subscriptions. And if you guys picked one of those up, I already saw the thank you starting to drop in the chat for her. Make sure you guys say thank you. And as always, welcome to the BDE. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for that. We had Filter Dog 1 come in with a can as well. Said Scott and White is a very solid hospital. Darnell is trash. Yeah, so is Colin E. Teague Medical Center, which is the VA hospital.
I used to work at Darnell. Maybe, it became trash.
Well, you worked at the Darnell that they tore down. They have a whole new facility now.
Yeah, okay.
So, I don't know, maybe Filter Dog's talking about that one too. I've been in the new facility. By the time I was getting out, they were just opening the doors to the new Darnell, and it looked like they had had a lot of improvements done with the new building. So, I mean, it's like twice the size of the original hospital. So, thank you so much for that, Can. Good to have you in chat.
Come on, man.
And then let me see here. We also had Laura the Goddess coming in with a can. Thank you so much said, blessings to all, hit that fool while we still can. All right, well, let's get it in.
Come on, man.
And then G-Man coming in with a can said, some 10 o'clock love. Thank you so much. Come on, Joe. Come and get some more of this. Put your MAGA hat back on. Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you guys so much for that. Okay, so if you guys are on those other platforms, like I said, make sure you switch on over to pill.net because we go in exclusive right after this.